This is Music with Mason here. Still here at the CSPS Hall. I'm here joined with Buukilo.
The racks out, yo. Transformers to the blackout. Laughing as a movement, then I turn it to my background, yo. Got my pen and take a drag now. Comfort on the lid, jumping acid as I lag out. Bitches always lagging from the connection. Changing my perception, I look at my reflection.
And that's the worst thing you can do while on psychedelics. Wow, I'm beautiful.
How are you doing, Buukilo?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing fantastic. Buukilo, just to get started, you were fan nominated for Alternative Artist in 2023 at the Iowa Music Awards. And you're also the 319's finest scream guy. And and you also take a lot of your inspiration from Suicide Boys.
Yes, sir. Those are all true. I actually won 2023 Alternative Artist.
That's
as well.
right, you
Yes,
did.
Sir. Yes, sir. But yeah,
I saw the speech. I don't know why I just said fan nominated. You actually won it.
that's all right. I was both. But yeah, I love Suicide Boys. Actually, Big T the Trap Man, he's the one that put me onto them. I wasn't originally somebody that listened to a lot of Suicide Boys, but yeah, my homie, he definitely put me onto them. They're awesome.
Right. And something I want to get started off is with the lore behind you is your ski mask with the Joker smile. Where did it come from? What was the inspiration behind wearing it? And do you still have it today?
Yeah, so it's something that I debuted during 2023. I was coming up with a lot of darker sounds that you might have heard during my set earlier. And it was just me releasing like a lot of demons that I had. Like a lot of my music is just like my journey through life and through the things in my head. And the ski mask, it really just represented the smile that I was putting on behind what was going on inside me. So I feel like that was something that a lot of people could relate with, and it worked perfect for the music.
Something else I want to mention is your name, Buukilo. Did it come from a Dragon Ball Z character?
Yes. And my favorite character, if you don't already know, is Majin Buu, Kid Buu to be exact. When I was starting music, my friends that I had started with, we all connected through Dragon Ball Z, and we were thinking about a name for me. And when I would do the high pitched stuff or even just rap, like I kind of just like sounded a little bit like him. So they just put that in there, and honestly, after that, it was all said and done.
So that's the Boo part of your name. What's the Kilo stand for?
So the Kilo part, a lot of my music has a lot of substance reference to it, if you haven't already heard it. So back at that time, we were doing a lot of that stuff, and they would just call me Kilo because Kilo kind of represented like Coke or something of that sort, and I was white and they weren't, so that's kind of just why they called me that.
Right.
And it just kind of meshed. When I put it together, it sounded dope.
It's very original.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
But when you got introduced to rap and you wanted to be this alternative rap, unique sounding kind of person, I really appreciate like I know it's not like a lot of people don't like it, but like the high pitchedness in your voice when you start rapping and stuff, it kind of reminds me a lot of Little Darky. Do you know who Little Darky is?
Yeah, I love Little Darky. A couple of my inspirations are Little Darky, NASCAR, LO, Kill Switch. Like, I love all those guys. They're a big inspiration for me, and I definitely take homage to them a lot, for sure.
So what sets you apart from them? So what makes you unique?
So I feel like for my music, like, it's going to be a lot different, like, written-wise. Like, I have some stuff that kind of matches the scheme of like NASCAR's not old, but like his shorter songs. Like I've been doing a little bit of shorter songs, but it's just I'm trying to be even less of a rapper per se than they are, to be honest. Like
right.
I've always fought with this thing where like people want to call me a rapper, and like in a sense I am, but I'm not in the original sense of rapper, in my opinion. I feel like I just kind of like put my emotions on the page, and if you want to call me a rapper, that's cool, but
you're an
it's
artist.
Just music.
Yeah, you're an artist.
For sure.
So how did you get into 319's finest? Did you know them from the very beginning? Was it like, were you like one of the co-founders? Did they just pull you in? How did you become a part of 319?
So me and 319, honestly, 2022 is when I met Big T the Trap Man. We started doing shows from Tone from T1, so shout out Tone. He was actually one of the people before us that really inspired us by putting on these shows and letting us perform our music. So I was rolling with Tio for a while because we just clicked like that. Man, about a year later, early 2023, I met D. Russ at an Iowa City show. And then after that, he showed me his homie Nick, and we started all linking, and we were just so much alike with our vision and just the pursuit of music that we have and the love for it. And we all love each other as brothers for real. Like, it all just came together just like that.
Yeah, I agree. And did you also play with Carnage the Executioner?
Yes, actually, I played here at CSPS with Carnage the Executioner last year. I just seen the Snapchat memory of that. It's actually funny you bring that up because the flyer came up and I was just like, yeah, I remember that show. This is actually my first CSPS show, and now we're doing our own shows here, so it's actually really cool and nostalgic to see.
And I also want to mention, you were on Mic Check Iowa?
Yes, sir. I played my song Snake Eater. That's something you can find on all platforms for my project Ego Disillusion. I met up with Lyric Cow. We were just like trying to figure out a song, and it's one that he heard and he really liked and he wanted to shoot. So it's just we just did it on the spot, and it was one of the dopest videos I've done yet.
So what other artists have been on that show? Do you know?
Oh yeah, there's been a lot of artists. There's been Matty Block Music. By my Yola Music Group as well. There's been a few people, Tone Classic. There's been a lot of Iowa artists. You guys should definitely check out Iowa Mic Check. If there's anybody that is somebody, they're probably going to be on there for Iowa music.
Right. I don't know if they're still an inspiration to you or if you still listen to them or not. Hollywood Undead.
Wow, I don't know how you came upon that, probably from Facebook or something, but every now and then I listen to some Hollywood Undead. They're kind of somebody I go back to, and sometimes I cringe at it. Like, that was somebody I was when I was a teenager, but it's still something that I can vibe with to this day. They definitely take an inspiration from them subconsciously, if not anything. Because
they're one of the other artists who wear masks, and they have like this secret identity kind of thing going on, which is what you kind of show with your mask, except you're more open and you don't happen to hide your face all the time, but when you put it on, you turn to something clicks in you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. The first few shows I did that, just like I kind of embodied something that I didn't even know was inside of myself, and a lot of people liked it. It was something that I felt like was like a darker part of me that people might not want to see, that they're scared of, but Hollywood Undead definitely... I took inspiration from them and from Slipknot here in Iowa. Like, if you in Iowa, you obviously listen to Slipknot
right.
if you love rock music or any of that harder shit. So, yeah, I definitely took inspiration.
Another show that I think really put you on the scale and really put you on the map in front of other artists, it was the Iowa Summer Jam.
Yeah, 2023 Iowa Summer Jam. 2023 T1 was definitely that whole tour for Iowa Summer Jam and Iowa Music Awards. That was something different. Mm-hmm. I feel like this year was its own lane for sure, but for 2023, that was definitely a moment for me where I really felt like I could do something with the voice that I was speaking to these people. Like, I was putting my all out there, and they really liked that, and it pushed me to be where I'm at today, doing my own shows.
Right. And it's not like at every show you don't go big or go home. Every show you put on 100% effort. But when it comes to a show that big, I think you really put on this really bigger version of yourself that I really think that you managed to put out to everyone.
Yeah, I definitely homed in on that energy for sure. I look back at that show, and I remember moments before I went on stage, I just closed my eyes and kind of just honed in on putting on the show that I did there. And there's a lot of clips you can find on my Instagram, Buukilo 16. It's something I put on all social medias. Could probably link here on this, but yeah, that was definitely a show where I'll never forget it. That was something that the people loved, and I love the people for it.
Right. And something else that I think was interesting was your song Restart. Did you post that song on someone else's YouTube channel?
Yeah, so Dark Tones YouTube, they do a lot of anime music videos. There's somebody that I actually looked up to. I found a lot of underground artists through that channel that I liked, and I just kind of collabed with them. They liked the songs that I showed them. I think there's two of them. There's Restart and Smackdown, and I just told them, like, Buukilo, like Majin Buu, like, you have to put some Dragon Ball in there, and it just works perfectly. Like, that whole project Eco Dissolution is kind of anime based, video game based, so an anime music video is definitely the right fit for it.
Right. And when we go back to Majin Buu, we can see him in a lot of your cover art for your songs and on posts and stuff. Does also do that for you?
Also has not really done it too much for me, actually. My older ones, I got from other people. So like Catfish is out there. That one definitely has me as like a Majin type of character in it. But also he does his own thing, man. Like the psychedelics in my music like are profound. The psychedelics in his art are profound. I met him on Instagram. You guys can find him on All Soul the Goat, and he just makes amazing art. And I don't know if I'll work with anybody else to this point. Like he embodies the feeling of my music for me.
When you hinted at your old group a few minutes ago, is that Legacy?
Yeah, that's Legacy. Shout out to Legacy. They're definitely the ones that got me into this. I hope the best for all that they do, and it's all love.
You actually recently, was it you that did a song with Alec?
With Alec?
Alec. He's not in there, was he?
No, I don't think so.
Chino? He's not in the rap crew. Oops, I got.
So, yeah, Legacy is Timmy Turner and Johnny Bravo.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Right. But what about the COD franchise? Did you play a lot of COD?
Oh yeah, that was definitely another inspiration for Ego Dissolution.
Yeah.
I've kind of been doing some different stuff with the new music I'm going to release, but COD is definitely something that I took into consideration when I was writing certain lyrics.
And does it all track down back to Linn-Mar High School?
Wow, I guess so, yeah. When you put it like that, yeah, I went there from like sophomore to senior year. I wouldn't say like there's anything I take from high school. I'm doing a lot of different stuff than I was back when I was in high school, but Linn-Mar High School is definitely where it all started, yeah.
That's when like things started clicking?
Yeah, not for the music for sure, but as a high schooler, you start growing up, you start becoming aware to things that you might see in yourself that you don't like. There's a lot of trials and tribulations that you go through as a teenager, so it was definitely the start to like me thinking about the things that I would later put in music for sure. Yep,
of course. And what is the future for you, Buukilo? Are we going to be seeing more songs, more albums, more tour dates? Are we going to be seeing you go to more concerts? What are you going to be doing?
So for me, I really took 2024 to just own in on this new music I've been making for anybody that's listening to me. I got this new project that's going to be coming out. It's an EP. It's called HPPD. It stands for hallucinogen persisting perception disorder. It's something that happens to people that take too many psychedelics. So it's a little bit darker themed. Then I got a couple more projects that I already have lined up. So 2024 is going to be jam-packed with Buukilo all over, and you'll most likely see me at shows performing all those songs.
Of course. And my final question for you is, what would you tell the young and aspiring artists who want to be in your shoes right now and putting on a performance and putting out what they created?
To just be yourself and own it. I know there's a lot of people out there that they haven't done a show yet. They love their music, but they're scared that somebody else might reject them for something that they feel is great about themselves. And there's always going to be people that are meant to not like you, and people that you don't like just for the sole fact that it just was never meant to be. But just because you go out there and put yourself out there and somebody might not like you, or you might have a bad performance, just keep trying, because there's an audience for everybody. And if you love what you're doing, you should just keep doing it. Like you'll never go wrong with just following your heart.
Right. Thank you so much, Buukilo. This was really cool. And we'll see you in the next interview.